This podcast is free. Sit back and relax. This podcast is free. I ain't paying for that. This podcast is free. It's Derek and Steven picking topics out of a hat. I ain't paying for that. And now your hosts, Derek and Steven.
How about that?
I don't know.
How about that shit?
You know, if anything, the theme song is interesting and fun.
It's probably the best part of the whole thing. 12 minutes late, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. But that's
Rachel
okay.
said we're too loud, but you know,
Yeah, we are
maybe we
loud.
should
She's
talk about
right.
this from
She's
now
not
on.
wrong.
I mean,
She
know.
is.
Well, I mean, we're loud. We're musicians.
I
Our
am. I
hearings
know
are
that I'm
going.
loud,
I
and
mean,
I
she's not loud
hear you
enough.
through the wall. Yeah, no,
'Cause I
we're
can't
loud.
hear.
We are loud. It's fine. Who cares? Look, magic. Yeah, we're loud, and it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm a
I'm
big,
okay with it.
loud, dumb male.
Oh,
It
okay.
works. Did you do
I don't think I'm
any?
dumb.
How busy were you this week?
This past week, very
Super
busy. Very
Super busy. So you didn't do
Anyway,
any research on your
what was I supposed to research?
gaming technology.
No, I have not yet. Well, because I'm really trying to figure out how to set up the room. I'm not that worried about the equipment yet. Because
Well, let's get moving.
I got to set the room up first.
Well, do you need help?
Well, I don't know yet. You can come
Let's
paint if
go.
you want to come paint.
What are we waiting on?
Me.
Jesus.
We're actually getting some tax money back. My wife says I'm supposed to use that to buy a new camera, but I'm not using that to buy a new camera.
Why not? You need a new camera.
I do.
You've already
I do.
Said to me personally. that you
Look,
need a new
I've been
camera.
stressing about this for quite some time now.
So why not use it to get a new camera?
Because it doesn't matter. I don't want to spend the money on a camera that is just going to give me better autofocus, and that's all I'm paying for. I don't want to pay $4,000 for autofocus. I just really don't. I'm going to
Okay.
suck it up and keep using what I got.
Can you send in your current rig for
I tried that already.
a factory certified refurb?
Well, they did have a refurb today, I saw, and I could save about $1,000. But I still don't want that camera for $3,000. I really don't actually want that. The what is it, the Nikon Z8? I don't want it. It's the logical choice that I should get,
Okay.
but I just don't want to get it.
Well, then how much is a D whatever body?
What, like mine, the 850 that I have?
How much is a used 850
Oh,
body?
between $1,300 and $1,500, or I can get a brand new one on a good day about $1,700 for a brand new one
Then
because they
just
still
get a
make
new
it.
one.
Well, the problem is the autofocus is it should be better because it's new. and
Oh, I
it's just
thought
not
you meant
beat
the
up.
autofocus is like going out because the camera's all.
No,
it's
it's
just not that great of autofocus.
No, it
Maybe
just doesn't.
here's a novel idea. Maybe shoot something else other than Nikon. Maybe shoot Sony.
Well, I've looked at that.
Look at these beautiful Sonys that you have here.
I know. I really like them. They're great.
Now, what's wrong with the Sony A Alpha R S2000?
Because then if I do that,
You'll be a cool kid.
no,
You'll
I gotta buy
You'll start wearing
lenses.
hoodies.
I gotta buy lenses.
Oh,
And then you're talking $2,000 to $2,500 a pop. I'll need 3 main lenses. Typically a 14 to 24, 24
you
to
could
70, and a 70 to 200.
Metabones the Nikon to the Sony.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. The autofocus won't
God,
work.
you're so hard to please.
Yeah, tell me about it. I've gone through this over and
You
over
are
and
so hard to
over
please.
again.
All right.
No, it's a money thing. It's not hard to please. Yeah, I'd great to do the Sony, but then now I'm going to be 15 grand in, and it's like fuck.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Well, then you
help
have
me
to-
solve my problem. Yeah.
You have to decide then.
Yes, I know. I think I'm just going to keep rolling with what I got
Okay.
and screw it. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done 6 photo sessions in the past week and a half. Everything's turned out great.
Okay.
So I'm like, screw it.
Well, I mean, if it's working,
Yeah,
I mean, things
yeah.
only work until they don't. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to predict when it's gonna happen. So you might.
Well, that's why I still have my 800. I have an 850 and 800. 800 I break out sometimes, but it's if this one goes down, well, I got another camera.
yeah.
And if that goes down, I've got this little Fuji that I keep in my little green bag.
All right.
That'll get me through a gig.
True. All right. Well,
You know.
then there's no excuse. You need to get this room done
Yeah.
now.
Should I do a ceiling fan or not a ceiling fan? I feel like I
Where
should
we
have
live,
to
you
have
should
it.
have a ceiling fan. Is there not anything there?
Yeah. There's
There's power
just a
there?
janky white ceiling fan.
No, it's easy as hell.
You know what
Take
I'm
that
thinking
shit
about
down.
doing though?
What?
I'm thinking about buying those stupid aperture light bulbs to put in that ceiling fan,
Okay.
and then I won't have to put up a light.
I mean, that's what I intended to do in this room, and I just got so overwhelmed toward the end. It was like, well, at least the lights are just out of the way. There's no stands.
Yeah, I don't want stands. I don't want to stand.
So no, do it. It's worth it. How much are the light bulbs?
I don't know. I probably on a sale. I could probably get them. I don't know. I'm sure there's a bundle for 4 or something like that.
And you need for literally what, 4, 3?
Yeah, they go fit in that ceiling fan. That's why if I did replace the ceiling fan, it's a white ugly.
No,
looking
it's easy.
fan.
It's easy and it's cheap. This one I picked out, and that one in there she picked out.
Yeah.
And then the one in there, I just bought the biggest one I could find. That was the most expensive because it was the biggest one. This is the one, everybody likes this one the most. It was $79.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you would need it, but
Yeah,
you
but
could
I
find
need something I could put
cool.
an actual bulb in.
Yeah, you would find something cool
yeah.
that you like. Plus, you'll get the benefit of having a fan.
Yeah.
And
Because I think that room will get hot if I got all the equipment in there and
Yeah.
turned on and all that stuff.
yeah. So okay, well then you need to get your fucking ass in gear.
Yeah, I'm working on
Because
it.
you're never gonna get to try your hand at the gaming dream if you don't do it,
Yeah, I know.
or some kind of camera Derek tube dream. You'll never do it if you don't do it. If you fuck around,
Yeah.
it's too late. So you might as well do it. At the very least, we can now say, "Well, yeah, I've done a podcast."
Yeah.
No, but that's not the point.
Right.
We did it for a significant period of time.
I believe so.
Yeah. And
And we're still doing it right now.
well, yeah, but the point is now you'll never at least go, "Well, it'd be kind of cool to try your hand at a podcast,"
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, when we actually do this and set it up and talk, I enjoy this part. What happened?
So
Ran out of Kool-Aid?
no, I'm going to have to get more Kool-Aid.
Okay.
What are you
happening
doing
out there? You wrestling the cat?
What exactly are you doing?
It didn't sound like that.
It didn't
Sound
sound
like
like
you
there's
were
a-
struggling.
Sound like. So there is the Coveys. You're aware of the Coveys.
Yeah, never been.
The Coveys are the local music awards for this area. It's dumb. They're advertising awards. But I love the added benefit of the Coveys is
I
always
thought they were strictly music awards.
No. It is awards
It was like People Choice Awards, kind of, sort of.
for the Coast Nightlife Observer.
Okay.
It's her thing.
Yeah,
Sherry.
yeah.
And
Is that her name? I
yeah.
thought her name was something else.
Sherry.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, Shelly.
That's it.
And,
that's right.
You're right. And so you have that. You always have these like offshoot awards. Well, now you got Terry McCormick running around town. Terry is the guy that used to book for the Cannery, and now he books for Ground Zero. He's one of these like.
I saw those awards. Like Hank Berman got an award, like Lifetime Achievement Award, and it was the award looked kind of cool, but then they got like a black plastic plaque that just went on the front of it, and I was like, boy, that's kind of janky looking. You
So
know. But anyway,
they had these,
that's
and
just
then
my 2 cents.
because of the homeboy that died.
Who died?
You're right. There's a gnat in here.
I know it's driving me crazy. Who died?
Homeboy from the drummer kid from
Drummer kid.
Sammy Six's band.
I don't know who that is.
You know the band
I don't
name.
know. I don't know who anybody is anymore.
What were they? They were big. They played IP all the time back in those days. The Girl led the band, big old rock band. Oh, good Lord, I can't believe I can't remember the name of this
IP.
band.
I remember Joe Raines at the IP. Was it before Joe?
It was that. It was. Good Lord, what was the name of that stupid band? Anyway, you would know him if I could remember the stupid name. But the point being is that kid died, the drummer for that band, and his home.
Was that the bald-headed guy? Drummer?
No,
Young guy?
younger guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not.
Had cancer or something?
No. He
okay.
died, I think, in a car accident.
Oh.
On like a country dirt road, something
That's
of that.
sad.
Yeah. So, but after that happened, they decided to add a best drummer on the coast category to those secondary awards.
That's so.
Well, that aside, I agree. Hey, look, I'll drop those bombs when we get there. But
okay.
for
Yeah,
now, I'll just say
there's
that's
a big rant right
that's
there.
that. Now that just happened. I'm not even going to talk about it. We get to the end of it. I forgot about it. I don't care. I'm playing. I don't have time to care. I don't have time. I forgot about it. And then Jeff messages me the other day. I'm gonna let you. It doesn't matter because y'all can't. Nobody's fucking watching this anyway.
Who's Jeff now?
The drummer? Just a younger drummer friend of mine. He comes over a lot. He's kind of reminds me of me, like 15 years ago. He's like playing with like 8 different people, always out, just like playing for playing's sake. Like he's in his in that mode of his career, you know, where he's just like, yeah, I'll take that gig. Yeah, I'll take that gig.
Yeah.
Anything he can do to play. Well, he sends me the videos. Come to find out, it's the contest is done. I didn't know anybody mentioned as one of the nominees, number 1.
Oh, really?
You
didn't know them?
I didn't know.
The drummers.
Didn't know.
You didn't know the drummers.
Didn't know any of them. And which I thought was odd, but you know, it's like the Cubbies. You vote
You
to
didn't
get.
know any of them?
I'm just saying.
Holy shit.
So
kind
it's
of
like the
award show
Cubbies.
is
I'm
this?
just thinking like, whatever. These are the people. Whatever.
Well, I guess we
So-
could do our own award show right here
Well,
on the
I
podcast.
guess anybody can fucking do that.
I
We're
guess
gonna do the what the hell is this podcast called? The freebies. So anyway,
At least we got decent ideas.
yeah, I got ideas coming from my asshole. So I did. Okay, so yeah, I didn't. I thought that's odd. That I don't even know who you're fucking talking about. And again, like I've been saying to everybody I've talked to this about this subject, I am not referring to myself. Like, what do you mean I'm not on there? No, I mean like you could have picked anybody else, and I do mean anybody else. And I'm like, okay, let's
Can I
go
pull
down
it
the
up
list.
do
Go
they have
ahead.
a website somewhere?
I don't know what it's called.
What was the name of the awards? I saw
I don't know.
somebody got an award that
You'll have to go to somebody in your Facebook that had. Go to
Oh,
Hanks maybe.
I'll go to Facebook.
So,
Oh, for heaven's sake.
so I mean, like I'm talking like you could have. Let's talk about who could have been a possible nominee. Patrick McGinley,
Sure.
Phil L'Enfant, Cedric Fizel, Jeff, the guy we were just talking about, Jared. You know Jared. Let's see. Pick another
Who
one.
did I just say won the
Hank.
Hank. Thank you.
What's the old rock boy from the big band back in the day? Chad Kent.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
though he
see,
doesn't
look,
live here.
he changed his profile picture to that. See, like
There you
the
go. Now go to the whatever that is. I can't see that.
TFM Entertainment Coast Lifetime Music Award. What is TFM? TFM.
So again, like I'm just flabbergasted that I've never heard of any of the guys. So again, I forgot about it. Well, apparently they had the contest in the winter, and Jeff sent me the video of these 2 dudes playing, and it's cringy. It's pretty cringy off the bat, but also there's like a dude standing behind him holding up looks like a wrestling belt for like whoever wins this head-to-head championship of these 2 guys that I had never.
Third Coast Music Awards.
Sure. Oh, that sounds about right. That actually sounds
Maybe
right.
maybe this is a TFM and Facebook. After Hours, Third Coast, April 7th. Oh, there's the voting. Was it just a Facebook post thing, and you
I
need to be
don't
in that
know.
little click to
I don't. These are good
best
questions.
solo male artist, best solo female artist, best duo, best guitarist, Best new artist, best song, best cover band, rock band, hard rock, blues, soul, funk, country, EP, indoor live music venue. They don't have a drummer on there. Best drummer. At least it's not listed here.
Well,
Well, here's the website. We don't have it. We just have a sponsors
oh, okay.
page. Is that all this
Well,
is? Or
either way,
anyway, you
they
can
had
continue
it.
on.
They had it, and Jeff sends me the video of the two guys. There's like a couple of clips. I wish I could play it. I wish you could like play it on here and you could hear. Derek, we're gonna play it right now. You're pretty good. You have a pretty good ear for drums. You might not be a drummer.
Oh yeah,
You have a pretty good
that's the hardest
ear.
person in a band. That's the hardest person I am on.
Yeah.
Like if the drummer ain't right,
Now,
then everything else.
Now
sucks.
here you go. The guys, all the guys I just mentioned. You could keep going. Ray Hanser, Hugh Barlow, Adrian, his son Nick. I'm just like naming drummers at this point. Drummers you know that I don't know.
Yeah.
Like these two guys, and this is like the this is the championship.
There's no such thing as a champion. Oh, this is the guy that won?
This is the two of them going head to head.
I could almost compete in that.
This is not a drum solo or a drum off. You're playing a drum beat. That's all you're doing. Now you can go to the next one.
You just play a drum beat?
I guess. Is that any different from what we just heard?
I know some drummers that could give him some lessons. I ain't trying to be an asshole, but bruh, you need some fucking drum lessons, all I can tell you. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of fucking being in the fucking music store and it's like, bruh, can I help you? Can I help? Do you need help? Do you need help? Because I think you need help. You're not here to just fart around on the damn drums. Are you going to buy some sticks or something? You need to test out some sticks. There's a practice pad over there, bruh. That's like the teenager kid that I'm like, here's Mr. Eric Porsche if you'd like to sign up for drum lessons because I think you need them. Ooh.
Now, granted, I'll give the guys credit. Like I saw the Facebook post because I'm not on Facebook.
Well,
It was they were
I ain't
pretty,
got
they were
nothing to
pretty
lose.
gracious about winning.
Oh, that's
but
great.
I will say this: there's a lot.
Don't have me judge a music contest.
Well, there's a-
Simon Cowell. I'll shit out for breakfast because
There is
I will be an asshole.
so many good. Well, even if it's a voting style, there's so many good drummers around here, and for none of the ones I know to even be mentioned. Again, I'm not talking about myself.
Right.
Talking about any of the other guys, any of the other guys that play around. How? And then you have a drum off with some motherfucker holding up a belt. And that is what you're going to tell me represents the best? I'm sorry, that's not my 228. And I know, again, not including myself, so much higher and impressive levels of talent. Now, granted, everybody's got to play, and we all are a big part of the whole thing. But
Yeah.
when none of the guys that are out there breaking their backs weekend in, weekend out are mentioned, and then that's what you're going to show me is the best. I'm sorry, that's a no. That's a big fucking.
I don't.
That's a big no. And like I said, you've got a good
Boomer
ear for drum.
wasn't even on the list.
Nobody. Nobody you've ever fucking heard of. And that guy in his very gracious Facebook post did happen though to mention that he had been on the music scene for a minute. And I'm sitting there going, what about Pat McGinley? What about, go down the list of those guys that have been doing it 20, 15,
30.
even 10, 30.
40.
The
How
guy,
long's Ray Hanser been doing it?
Yeah, the guy that that I
How
don't
long has
know.
Harold Bozart's been doing it? Shit, he taught at freaking Texas A&M or whatever the hell it was.
It's crazy to me. And not
How
only
about
that,
John Wooten's in Hattiesburg.
You know how cool that clip could have been had you had two drummers that were capable of soloing, number one. Because look, playing drums and soloing is completely different.
I agree.
So say let's just for a starter, we had two drummers that could even solo.
Okay.
That becomes what? 25 times more interesting immediately.
Well, especially for musicians anyway. John Q. Public, it doesn't matter. Although the one person I did watch one time do was what's his name? Dennis
Chambers?
Yeah, Dennis Chambers. We went to Santana concert in NOLA.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty kick-ass solo. I mean, obviously, he's an amazing drummer.
Amazing.
But as a technical and a crowd pleaser all at the same time,
And again,
in the
that's
showmanship of it, it was impressive.
Well, that's the thing is like, oh, well, okay, so you can solo? Cool. Subdivide it again. Is it the type where only the musicians get it, or is it the type where the crowd gets it?
Right.
Oh, that's cool. You can do one of those. Oh, you're that good? You can do both and
Right.
lean into one side or the other,
Here, I'll be nice. That could technically be a crowd pleaser type drum thing.
True.
For a bunch of drunk people. But you got to come on. I don't know.
I feel like there was some.
Now, I'm kind of angry now. I wish you wouldn't have showed me
So that was the point of this entire. That took me 20 minutes. That was the point of all this was when that video and after Dakota and I were in the car on the way to play. It's a little place. I don't know if you've ever heard of it called the Hangout. So we were on our way to there, and I'm watching this video and my brain explodes. I was so fucking mad. I was so mad. And it was like, I don't know if it was providence, if that's what you call that, divine intervention, but my phone rang. Who was on the other end of that phone? It was not one person. It was a fucking group call. It was Jeff, Jarrett, Pat McGinley. And they are just like, did you see? And it was just like a nuclear bomb of an explosion of a conversation because all of us were just like, are you fucking kidding? What the motherfucker? Who I know? Jesus. Yeah. Oh, my God. Dakota, quoting Dakota, he was like, that phone call y'all just had was an episode of a podcast. I was like, I know. I wish I could have recorded it. It was amazing. It really was. They were mad. I was so mad.
Maybe we should just take the podcast back to just Gulf Coast music or whatever. And each week we can announce who we have people. They have to make a submission. They have to email somebody or whatever. And then we could just make an announcements on the show about who's playing where this week, blah, 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 blah. And then we just talk crap about everybody or whatever. I don't care.
What was that
it'd
shitty
be
show?
some friendly crap,
what was that shitty show that used to be around here for a little while?
Oh, what's his name?
They were terrible. Oh, they were terrible.
The one,
the two of them.
Mitchell was helping him.
No, not Crone.
Oh, okay.
Cronite. There was that show, actual YouTube channel, radio. It was the guy from the radio station and some other douche had that show where they interviewed bands around here.
I don't know.
The Sound.
I have no idea.
I think that's what it's called. The Sound 228 or something like that.
Huh.
And it was like the dude from motherfucking CPR. So now you all of a sudden, now you know what all the bands are like. All of them.
Yeah.
That band, and it's like, okay, cool. So this is just what? A subset of CPR? I don't listen to CPR for that very fucking reason.
Right.
I don't want to hear 90s fucking grunge. I got enough of it in the fucking 90s. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I have my moments.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear Possum Kingdom or,
No, I still would. I've always wanted to do, because I've got enough gear to do it, an intimate sit down with a good
Yeah.
musician or whatever, and just let them come play like 5 songs, whatever, nothing
Yeah.
big. Like do my own local tiny desk concert or some crap like that. You know.
And you could do it at your own pace, so it would be
Yeah.
you'd enjoy it.
One a month, you know, not even that.
Just
one
when
a
one
quarter.
comes around.
Yeah.
When you might not see one worth
Right.
doing. You know, it's like
It'd have to be somebody that, I mean, I think that would be maybe doing original music. I don't know if I want to get into all that because then
just
you
have
get
to be
some crazy
somebody
stuff.
that was good enough to be kind of like employing the Joe Rogan rule. Like if it's interesting enough, it's interesting. You know.
Yeah.
If it's not, they could be the greatest guitar player in the world. If they're a bump on a log, you can't talk to them.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
some of those crazier characters.
Well, that's why I would want to set up the show as of, you know, you got a host, and then you just you try and talk to them and engage them,
Yeah.
but then you go straight into the music, and then you go to some recorded cuts of them doing it. I don't
Yeah,
think I
yeah.
would do it live. I would just kind of produce
No,
the piece.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that
'Cause
if,
once you enter live, then it's
yeah, there's too many
variables.
crap to go wrong.
Yeah, there's too many variables, and
Yeah.
it becomes a live sound issue, and that's always an issue to begin with.
Right.
But yeah, it's you know, I don't know.
I don't know. I've thought about doing stuff like that, but I was just saying if we had a, you know, basically like the old drum podcast you had, because you were getting to that point where you were having guests on and you were doing that, and y'all were talking about, you know, drum crap.
Get all those damn drummers in a room.
You know, but I mean, it's always interesting because I never know who's playing where or what's going on.
I should do it. What I should do is do it like Pearl's really good at doing this. It's like once, like you're talking about. It seems like once a quarter, they get all the guys from the Nashville area, and you've got 3 or 4 big ones like Blake Shelton's drummer, and
Oh yeah, whoever.
like the big touring,
Yeah.
and then the guys that play like the studio gigs and all that. Like, oh, you got to know Tiny McRae. He's the one
Yeah.
that does all the records. And then like the town players, and they put them all in a room on a dais, like once a quarter, and it's just like a 2-hour long session where they're all just talking about this, and it might be snare drum related, but it might just be music business in general.
Yeah.
And it's a really great conversation. I should probably like put more focus on stuff like that too, and like just you know how funny it would be if I could get all those ones that I just named in a room with a couple of mics.
I don't know if that would actually work though. There's a lot of personalities. There's a lot of egos. You'd have to have somebody that plays bad cop. You know,
No, that's
that
me.
is the asshole.
No, that's me.
So nobody could get mad.
I'm
except
always
at you.
that guy at the drum meetups when they start like somebody will start fucking around and somebody starts fucking around on top of that and somebody fucks around and then finally it's like it's just a wall of noise. I have to step out in the middle and go stop. Y'all have to at least play the same,
Yeah,
meter.
get it together, fellas.
like at least so everybody knows where the one is.
Yeah.
because it can't just be. It's like, what are we doing here? This
Right.
is no, you know, the younger guys that are always
Yeah.
there are like the less experienced guys are always standing there going, what do I do? I'm like, yeah, this is not what we do. This
Right.
is not. This
We
is-
used to do it at Pinkston's in the middle of the night, right before we leave. Me and Devaney and whoever else was there, because we sucked anyway, so it didn't matter. But we could technically hold the beat down,
Man,
You know,
it makes me mad, but like, out of the things that you always talk about you would do if you won the lottery, I'm almost positive now. If I did, I would open up a fucking music store.
oh yeah, I totally would.
It would be so fun.
Yeah,
Because if you do it, it's
for me,
happening in an imaginary
for
situation.
me, it was my Cheers.
yeah.
The Pinkston's was my Cheers. I went there. I worked there. I felt like Woody Harrelson or whatever at the bar, and the people that came in. That was great. I did it more. I liked working there more for the relationship. Sure as hell wasn't getting paid anything.
No,
Oh my
no.
god. So what? I met Heather in 2004. We started dating then, and I guess it was 2006 or something. I think my tax return was, I don't know what it was, $15,000 or $19,000 or what. I don't know what it was.
That's why don't ever
It-
question somebody that does anything music related because it's like if you think that
And
they're
she's like-
doing this for the money,
She's like,
it is not.
She's like, you're there 6 days a week. She's like, why are you getting paid so little?
it's a fucking music store.
I was like, I don't know. And that's when I quit. And then Jim, I'd like to get an ulcer. And we went to, where did we go? Jim Bob's or Skeeter's, whatever it was at the time. And that's he moved me up to $30,000 a year.
It's like, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Good Lord. Yeah, it would be fun, man, because I don't know. The older we get, the more I feel like it's my responsibility to kind of keep some kind of order around here musically, because like half of them are so terrible. It's like, please don't let that be representative of us, like
Right.
at all. You know, like
Biloxi, Mississippi has a music awards. Let's go in now, Steven, and see what's happening.
good God.
All right, that's what the Coast's Finest has to offer you. Thanks,
Man,
world.
I'm just like 5 drummers flash through my head. I'm just like, I'm sorry, guys. You know, sorry, that should have been you. You know,
It could have been God. I mean, I'm not even in the music scene over, and I could have come up with a couple of better ones.
I don't. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. But again,
Well, apparently that
I'm too busy
you
fucking
get
playing,
into
so-
those. Now you're getting into those. That's a click thing.
yeah.
That's you had to know
Well,
somebody who knew
it's,
somebody
let's
that
be
did
honest.
that.
The weight of the coveys in general is like, what is that? Carry
Right.
weight in this county alone, if it does.
Right.
And now these are like secondary to that. It's like it's all silly in the first place.
Well, and that's like if working at the music store, if you had your metal drummers that came in, they really only I don't remember where they played, but they mainly played at like Kirk's Bazaar
Yeah.
or there was another place I can't remember out on Dido.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
used to
yeah.
be there, and it was like a dive
The
metal
Phoenix.
bar. Yeah, that's it, the Phoenix. Thank you. Well,
I played the Phoenix.
yeah, I remember. Do you remember what was his name? Joel Stepp. He was a metal drummer guy.
Joel. Not really.
He's a super nice guy. I went and saw him. There was what was his? He played guitar with a guy died. His Big Daddy Roosh or whatever his name was.
Oh, the guy that used to take his testicles out.
Yeah, and put it on people's face
Yeah.
because it was like this big. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. That's very disgusting.
I'm
but
very
yeah.
happy I never saw any of that.
Yeah, I never saw you.
I'm okay with that. It's all good.
Schnocky knows all about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he played. I remember when Kirk's first was across the street from Pinkston's, right down the road.
Yeah.
That's where I went and saw. I guess it was Ferrigno, and had a beer. That would have been like 2001, maybe, or something.
That's
I was
funny.
probably just legal to drink at that point. Maybe
I was not.
2002.
I was not yet legal.
I remember Snocky had that Line 6 AX 212 that I was like, oh man, it's got the Steve Vai sound on it.
Oh, brother. Wow.
I used to think, I was like, man, Matt's cool. He's got that amp, that digital piece of shit.
I remember he had a Spider.
Yeah, he got that afterwards.
A
Hey,
Spider. What is that? A Spider
worked.
3?
It worked.
Everybody had one.
Yeah.
Everybody had one. It was the coolest thing to have. It's like the Helix now. If you have,
Oh, yeah.
you're not cool unless you have a Helix.
I know.
So it was the cool thing, and I even see videos now where like guitar players will talk. They'll put stuff up on the screen, and they'll put that up, and all of them go, "Yeah, I remember that thing was awesome at the time. It sucks now, but it was awesome for then."
I tried so many times to buy nice gear, and it was Matt always did the right thing. He bought the piece of gear for the job that he did.
Yeah.
And that
He's
was
always
smart.
been smart about that.
I was always trying to like, I want the fancy thing that the pro guys are using. I'm like, what different? It doesn't
No,
matter.
Derek wants
You
the
can't hear
Mesa
that
Boogie,
bullshit.
triple
I
rack.
went through all that.
I
fucking
remember. No,
things.
I remember getting drugged my ass all fucking day for you to get that motherfucking amp. You sitting there with us getting up there early, going over there. You sitting there and playing around with that fucking thing for like 3 hours, loading it up, getting out of there, taking it directly over to Noonan's dad's, playing on it.
Oh, that's when me, you, and Noonan were jamming.
Yeah, over
Fuck, I
to
don't
the,
even remember that.
over to the.
I remember jamming.
We took it straight from what was it called, CME or CNM or that where you bought
Oh,
it?
MMI.
MMI. We took it straight
Yeah.
to Noonan's dad's house. You plugged it up, triple wreck and all, and you had that amp all of what? Total time.
Oh, maybe a year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm done. I'm gonna
I
get
play- I played
I'm gonna
that
get a
with-
Ladner.
I kept it for a while because I played that. I lugged that to the Island View gig with Steve Warren.
That thing was huge.
It's funny. I went from that to like a Rolling Cube 30.
It was a very nice amp. I'll give you that. It was
Yeah,
a very
no, but it was
nice,
like, what
cool,
am I gonna do with
big half stack. It sounded great. That was, and plus that you can't feel bad about it. That's when everybody was jumping on the Mesa train.
Oh yeah,
It's when Mesa had their biggest pop.
yeah.
Like everybody jumped on.
Well,
that.
even Taylor Roberts, he I hate it. I miss it because I don't get on Facebook often enough. I'm trying to get geared up to get on social media and actually start just posting crap.
Yeah.
But he had posted something about. I think the name of the amp I had was called the Roadster.
Yep.
And I sold it to Taylor, and then he had mentioned something. Oh, I remember this amp when Derek Fountain sold it to me. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I did sell him that damn amp.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's a fucking long time ago.
Yep. All that stuff was a long time ago. Anything that is of those memories is now just like has a general timestamp on it. Like that was a while.
Yeah.
A while.
Because I'm thinking when I got that Ladner, and I remember when I loaned it to Noonan's dad, and I was with you in Lake Charles when Noonan had to tell me that his dad was driving down the road and had the back of his car open, and my amp goes rolling down the highway, and he made it all the way home, and apparently something else fell out that somebody identified and called his dad, and the guy was nice enough to be like, bro, I got your stuff. Like, I would have lost my amp and everything. I would have been so
And that's
pissed.
the ladder you still have?
Yes.
And it works?
Oh, I had to go take it back to DC, and he had to straighten out a couple of metal rods. That thing still worked after it rolled down the highway.
Well, he was a good builder.
Yeah, no, he built the crap out of it, and of course Noonan, he's like, I feel so terrible. I'm like, well, why is your dad that much of a fucktard? I'm like, golly, who doesn't shut the fucking door to the back of their hatchback? What the fuck?
Oh my god.
My fucking $2,500 amp rolling down the highway.
Oh
fucking
my god,
Noonan.
that's funny.
There's a short for you. No, because Heather, I'd got my Paul Reed Smith in that amp. I love those two things so much. My wet groomsman cake was the Ladner amp and my guitar.
Okay.
I never even got to taste the guitar amp. Everybody said it was good. It was chocolate cake. This some bitch was gone in like a couple of minutes.
Oh yeah.
And I got to taste a little bit of the Ladner one. That shit was funny. And that was 2010. That was 15 years ago.
I know. So fucking long ago. Jesus. Oh.
No, but I think about that sometimes, doing more a local centric just thing and just keep it music. It's what you do. It's what I used to do. You know, I can
Yeah.
definitely
Come
bitch
on.
about it.
Just
You know.
universe, let me win the fucking lottery. I'm not gonna waste the money. I'm gonna open 2 businesses and stuff enough away for retirement. That's all. We don't need 343 million. We just need like
20.
after taxes, like 20 to 30 million dollars.
Yeah, I thought about that the other day because I was like, I always buy a ticket for the St. Jude Dream Home because
Yeah.
I like donating to St.
Yeah.
Jude. But then, I mean, if you win a house, I think they said the house is worth like $450,
Yeah.
and I'm like, fuck, $450. I mean, that's enough to pay some shit off, but what else are you gonna do with $450? Is not a lot in the end.
Not
you know?
not once you
Not
start
these days.
divvying it up. Yeah.
You know, because if I would do that, I'd try and put most of it away for some type
Yeah.
of retirement or something, you know, and maybe just keep 50 grand to just whatever with. But I'm like, you can't open up a music store with I guess you could with 450,
Or
but
it's like-
you'd blow all that real quick, you know, and you'd have nothing left.
No, you'd need like I said, you need a cool million for each.
At least. I really think to do a good music store and come out with your gloves on, you'd need a good 3 million. Because you'd have to. I think 3 million. You go buy the building, you'd renovate
Yeah.
the building, and then
Everything.
still, even with you having the money, the dealers aren't going to just give you
No.
the dealership. You're going to have to start with some BS and then work your way forward,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Come on, man. There's venture capitalists out there wasting money left and right. It's like, gee, man, I don't even need all that. Just give me like 5 million. Let me open 2 businesses. I'll show you what's up.
Yeah.
Man.
Open up a music store and a bowling alley.
No, well, a music venue in a music store
I always wanted to do a music venue tied to the music store.
with a bowling alley.
You could technically do it in that shopping center.
Rain money down on me. Just give me my shot. The guys get their shots all the time,
Well,
and they fail.
you can always go
miserably.
get an SBA loan with a good business plan.
for millions.
Yeah, you could.
Really?
Mm-hmm. At least $1 million in it, probably up to $2 million. I bet you could get.
Maybe.
I don't know what the percentage is.
Because
anymore.
I've seen the people that run music venues, and they're all.
The problem
idiots.
is they're going to want you to have some type of skin in the game, like either
Yeah.
if you could get a piece of the shopping center that you have some equity in it
Yeah.
in your name, and you're saying, "All right, bank, I'm putting this up.
Yeah.
Can you give me the other
Putting the
million and a
property
half?"
up, Yeah.
And they're more likely to work with you. That was our problem because I wanted almost $1 million, but I wanted to buy the building. I want to renovate the building.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, why don't you just lease?" I was like, "I don't want to lease because A, it's more expensive to lease, so my
Yeah.
bills are higher." And I was like, "B, if my business fails, at least I have the building to possibly sell
Yeah.
or rent to whoever."
Pay the note.
Yeah. So A, I don't lose everything, and the bank's not out. I can still pay the bank back. And they
Yeah.
were kind of like, "Well, I understand, but it would just be better if we don't have to lend you so much money."
Well,
Uh,
then but that's the point, motherfucker.
And they're like, "Why do you need so much room?" I was like,
'Cause
"It's a music store. It's like, I don't know
it
how
is
to
square
take."
footage. It is square footage. A guitar is that big.
You know how much like we looked at, because Heather did at the time. Like, I think Office Depot and the Promenade is 10,000 square feet.
Uh-huh.
And that would be a great size
Yeah.
for a music store. You got to have part of that, probably 2,000 square feet is going to be warehouse.
Yeah.
Probably 1,000 square feet is going to be lesson rooms or whatever else.
You just
Uh,
offices.
Yeah. And so you really only get a floor space, maybe 7,500.
Yeah.
And
again, then you got all these. You got to have all that. You got to have all these. You got to have all that. And
you could do a boutique, a small thing, but then I guess you could do like a drum shop exclusively or just a boutique guitar thing, but that's a lot harder to do.
come on, universe, just hook it up one time. Give me my 15-minute dice roll.
Well, there's, Democrats get back in, you could probably get some type of grant funding. They're always giving money away.
Just give me my dice roll. I can do this. I promise. I've seen too many idiots mess it up. Music stores, music venues. It's like, but you're so stupid.
I know. Well, you got to put money in it. Everybody wants to make money, but nobody wants to put the money up. That's the hard part. And I'm the opposite. I put too much money in for what I'm trying to return into. I don't
Yeah.
charge appropriately for. I don't do that with my photography, with my services. Every time I do, like the past people I've taken their picture, they're wealthy people that are hiring me to go. And I'm like, why am I not charging these people more money? But also, I don't want to be a dick and not.
But
be
you
fair.
gotta, if you do anything,
I'm not making bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but still, you're right. It's gotta, it's gotta move up
yeah,
and up and up and up and up and up.
I really think I could justify if I was more popular, social media and all that kind of
True.
stuff. Yeah,
And you'd be
there's
go-
an aspect
You'd
to
be
that.
going to the Coveys.
I just don't. I don't care.
All I care,
know.
the Coveys. The only good thing is once a year I get to see the people I don't get to see. That's it, because we're playing. So it's like, oh yeah, you'll be there. I'll see you, and blah blah blah, and everybody's off.
Were
It's
you
cool.
there the one time when Devaney cussed out what's his name at the Hard Rock? He didn't cuss him out. He told him something or whatever. What was the sound guy's name? Maxie.
Oh no.
You weren't there.
What happened?
All I know is I'm going into. I guess it was a Friday night that it happened or whatever.
Okay.
Or Saturday. It was that Monday morning. I'm going into Pinkston's, and Jim pulls me aside right when I get there, and he was like, "I just got a phone call from Maxie at the Hard Rock," and I'm kind of like, "Oh, okay." He was like, do you know what your little counterpart Devaney did? And I'm just like, well, it's the weekend. I'm like, I don't give a shit what he did. And he was like, apparently he did something and cussed him out, and Maxie got on my ass about how you gonna have an employee like that at a function, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jim, was he there representing Pinkston's music? Well, no. I'm like, it was on his free time doing his own shit. That ain't got nothing to do.
With us.
That's shitty that he called you
yeah.
trying to like get him in trouble because he got embarrassed, you
Yeah.
know. And of course, I'm sure he had a few drinks or whatever, or something like that. I think that him and Dave and Maxie are like friends now, but at the time they were,
Oh, I don't know. I know
You know, there
Maxie
was a
was
little-
like a hothead.
yeah.
So I don't know.
What was funny is he got up something award or something, and they started to walk or something, and Devaney went back to the mic. Well, he played the music. Well, he left the mic on, and he's like, "Turn that damn music off," something like that. And so he turns the music off and lets him have the mic. Why not mute the mic and turn the music up? He would just walk
Oh
off the stage.
Lord.
So it was kind of interesting.
No,
At
I
least
didn't.
that's what I heard.
That's crazy.
I always wanted to go to the Coveys, but I never had a reason to go.
I mean, it's like I said. I go because I'm nominated, so it's free. I'm not paying
Right.
$55 for a ticket to go.
No.
To go. In
Is there
there.
food served? There's no food? Are drinks free?
Look it up. Let's see what a.
Are drinks free?
No, nothing's free. Free? What are you talking about?
You pay for a fucking ticket. It ought to come with something.
I don't.
You get 2 drinks free or something like that?
Hey,
What's
you are talking to the wrong person.
What is
The
Covey?
Coast Nightlife Observer. You have to type that in. 'Cause if you-
No, it's right here. The 2025 Covey Awards will be held on Tuesday, April 22nd. Oh, that's coming up.
yeah.
At the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Blanket.
Yes.
Coast Night. Awards and tickets. Oh, look, there's a nice little video there. Favorite casino, best cocktail server. Are you going? Oh, a table for $1,000. Balcony tickets $35.
Oh, 35. Okay. I was
Balcony
wrong.
tickets will be $50 at the door.
But yeah, it's mainly just so I can see.
Restaurants, local DJ, and local bands. Favorite DJ, favorite local band, country, coast.
All right, read them off.
Oh,
Let's,
look,
let's
there's
go through.
3HG.
Let's go through them. Let's go through the categories. Read them off to me. Who's
Here we go. Favorite DJ. Do I need to
don't know who Elvis is? Don't know who
hyper? I don't know any DJ.
I don't know.
Favorite local band, country. Barstool Cowboys, Ty Taylor, Whisker Biscuit.
Okay, I don't know who the Barstool Cowboys are.
Favorite
Obviously,
local band, Coast Style. What does that mean, Coast Style?
that's always been kind of a running question with the inner circles of musicians. So
3HG, All Nighters, Joni Compretta, and Baytown Groove.
don't know who that is.
Yeah,
the All Nighters are those guys.
Favorite local band, cover pop. Well, that's what y'all are. Y'all, whatever.
No, we're
All
Coast Style.
Nighters, Joni Compretta, and the Baytown Groove, and Trigger Proof.
Trigger Proof.
Favorite local band, jazz, blues, funk, Unfazed Show and Band, Blackwater Brass. Are they still around?
They still gig a little bit.
Titus Gillard Band.
That's the kid from Ground Zero.
Favorite local band, rock and alternative, Class Kings. Isn't that
That's-
Brennan's? Or
Yeah,
is it Scott Henson's?
that's the drummer I'm talking about that died. That guitar player for Class King, Sam, that is his best friend. The drummer is the guy that died.
I don't know who died. I guess.
I don't know him either, but that's who I'm talking about. That drummer.
The Network. I don't know who the Network is.
I think that is
favorite local band solo duo, Brennan Royal,
Graham Rhea and who? Oh,
Graham Ray,
Black.
and Black Velvet.
Oh,
that's
that's
Tia and
okay.
And what's his name? I can't remember that guy's name. Graham will probably get it. He plays a lot of weddings.
So yeah, well, Rachel's gonna go. We're gonna go out on the town with the kids and go to the
Really?
Covey Awards. Yeah,
That's funny.
it'll be fun.
April 26th. Oh, I'll be in Gatlinburg.
Dakota will be playing with another band. Jeff will be playing with the band. I don't know who else is playing, but it'll be a fun night out with all these idiots.
I'm watching the little video. It would have been great back in the day if they did music stores.
Oh yeah, that'd have been cool. It could be Mississippi Pinkston's and Magnolia battling each other out.
We would have won every time, guaranteed.
I don't know.
No, we
We
would
got in there with some bribes and like, look, man, we'll give you some of that band money. But yeah, so that's coming up. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. What?
I'll tell you in a minute. It's not podcast worthy.
Oh wow. Well, either way.
Anyway.
that's a good place to end the podcast.
This was neither funny nor interesting.
So remember, as always,
This podcast is free.
If you didn't see or hear anything you like, just remember this
The
podcast
podcast is
is
free.
Everybody, we'll see you later.
That podcast was free. Now it is the end. That podcast was free. You can go watch it again. That podcast was free. Time to take our leave. We can't wait to see you back. You ain't paying for that.